Hey, it's Track Stars Day today. Aren't you guys excited? We've got the full team leaked, plus the heroes have been leaked as well. Another SBC has been leaked, and the cards are gonna look good today. Like, they look good because of course they are pretty much all gonna be very meta because they all have high pace, or mostly have high pace due to the nature of the promo. It's probably gonna be a very usable promo, but right now it just feels so like, what is there to get hyped about any new promo cards coming into the game? But you know, we will get into that today. There's store packs that have been leaked, which, hey, found a way you guys can get common golds. It's through the store. There's other stuff too. Fodder being at a record low, which kind of feels like an indictment on people are not even trying to complete SBCs right now because you can't get fodder, yet it's at a record low, which is a very strange parallel. You wouldn't predict that. I think that does just show how disenchanted people are to actually complete any SBCs right now. But we're gonna do it. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, of course. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. If you guys did not see, we did get an XP change. It's all 1,000 XP now for every weekly objective, which is nice. Dailies are still 250 combined, but the weeklies are 1,000 each, which once again goes to show you, well, first of all, you might say, how are you gonna find a way to complain about this? I'm not going to. I love the fact that we can just get more XP like that. That's nice. And if I do this next week, we can also save 1,000 for the next season because it's a group reward, right? So that's obviously nice. But what I'm gonna say is it just shows you kind of like what on earth is the point of doing something like this where I can't click on it because this game technology. There's 15 rush wins there for 500 XP. Like, why would you ever do an objective like that when you know eventually the weeklies will be 1,000 XP? We just wait for that. But that's why the objectives to me are just like, they're so all over the place that it's concerning a bit. There's no common gold, just talked about yesterday, at all. You can't craft the crafting upgrade even if it was good. But obviously this is very nice to see. It just shows you more that the objectives really are everywhere. You can't figure out what they're doing. And then for content today, all right, so the leaks now. I literally did that bit yesterday, except this time we're actually sticking with the bit. Ruben Diaz, Track Stars SBC. We finally get a center back. It feels like center backs in EVOs and SBCs have been a bit neglected this year. It's been a pretty big complaint I've seen on Reddit, just like, where the hell are the center back EVOs? We finally got one. That Centurions one. But crazy that Centurions is done for the year. Remember Centurions? I feel like was one of those promos that last year we liked quite a bit, I think. I remember the EVOs being really good for Centurions last year, and now it's like gone. You know, it's over with. We got about with some paid evos that were pretty decent, but that was about it, and now it's just like gone. It's past news now. I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me. But Ruben Diaz SBC, okay, that was like the first leak we got of the day today. Then it was Mickey Van de Ven, which, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for a Trackstars promo to have him in there. And yeah, stats are just a prediction, but it will look something probably similar to this and be one of the best center backs in the game. I am very sure of that. And then just the full team got leaked. So let's just open up a new tab and kind of look through all these guys. Courtois is in the team. Van de Ven, we saw Inigo Martinez. By the way, he does not say if these stats are predictions or if they're their actual stats. So I don't know what these stats are going to look like and if this is the correct card when they officially come out. I'm not sure. But Jaka's in there. Chiesa is going to be, like, if that's his actual card, that's going to be an insane card. Ashwala, Diaby makes it. Of course, she does. Adeyemi, of course, also. Alphonso Davies and Anthony Gordon. Highlight the regular cards in there, plus the Ruben Diaz SBC, of course. Then the heroes came out. Well, not literally came out, but you know what I mean. Lucio, we saw him already there. Ginola, we saw already as well. Cordoba is in the team. Joe Cole makes it in. JJ Okocha makes it in. Kuehl, Julie, and Landon Donovan. And, you know, once again here, these cards, if they do look something like this or look very similar to this, which they're going to because they kind of have to, because of the hero stats, you know, every card coming out looks like it could come right into your team basically, which is very nice. But all this stuff just, it pales in comparison to the issues right now that you can't get these promo cards. I mean, you're just not gonna get them. Even someone like Joe Cole, right? Joe Cole would be a sick upgrade to a lot of teams out there. Not the most overpowered card in the world, not, you know, some sort of game breaking card. You're just not gonna get him. Same with Kuehl. Like, you're just not going to get these cards. And the menu grind being dog shit, I mean, really doesn't help with the hype at all either, because it's not like, you know, your pack weight is bad, but then the menu grind, you can just open and just rip open constant packs, which then I guess kind of like, you can see the philosophy, right? But even now, just trying to like grind League SBCs, it takes you forever to complete one just because of the nature of the club's max one, right? It just takes a long time to do it. And also here, a random side note is that, you know, Teo we saw leaked yesterday, he's just not here. So maybe there are some cards that we have not seen yet that will be in the team that are just not in this picture. The preview was what? Where is that? Yeah, right here was these three, right? We saw the other two, but Teo Hernandez Sanchez is not in there. So I'm assuming that he's going to be somewhere in the team. And the last player leak for this trackstars promo, I believe, is an Oberdorf SBC, and she went to Bayern this year. Her stats are a prediction there as well. So we get Oberdorf and Diaz and Beasley SBCs confirmed for the promo, which, I mean, once again, what do you think? Are you guys excited for this? It's funny because the most engagement of the last like 3 days on Twitter, the last 2 days on Twitter, have been things just reminiscing and like nostalgia baiting on old FIFAs, or players who are coming back to Ultimate Team soon, which are this bunch here. They have just been added to concepts, like the player names are in concepts, not the cards, but the player names are. Marco Reus, James Rodriguez is in there, De Gea is back, Alexis Sanchez, and Rabiot. There are some other players too. I wasn't able to find like a full list anywhere. This obviously opens up the potential for many flashback SBCs, a flashback James. The second James is added, we need a flashback James immediately. We've seen flashback Royces in the past, but I'm down for another one, to be honest with you, and same with Alexis Sanchez. We haven't had a James in FIFA in quite a few years now, so it'd be awesome to see that. And speaking of the nostalgia baiting on Twitter recently, everyone's just reminiscing on what we have had in the past. And icon swaps has been the thing that people were talking about today. It's funny because at the time, we didn't like icon moments. We didn't really like icon swaps anymore. It was kind of like a thing of the past a bit. And they took it away. We were like, okay, the new season kind of takes the place of that, right? We were sort of okay with that. But it's funny, just looking back on it now, it seems like it only left because they actually thought it was too good. They didn't leave because they wanted something different. They left because they actually thought, yeah, we kind of don't want to do this anymore, which in hindsight we did not see coming, but we maybe should have seen coming. Now there's Patrick Vieira coming out in like around this time, right? November. When did he drop? Yeah, release date on the 11th, but you actually couldn't get him till a little bit later. I think it was probably December. And listen, I'm okay with the power curve slowing down. We talked about that yesterday too, but I'm telling you, there are so many ways to make content fun and engaging when slowing the power curve down. They have not done that in the slightest bit with this content. It does feel like we don't get this anymore, just simply because they thought it was too good, which is mind-blowing. It goes right along with this next tweet, which is, I don't think is an unpopular opinion in the slightest bit. We've seen this happen in many FIFAs in the past. If the menu grind / content was great, we would all tolerate the FC25 gameplay being bad. I mean, we would tolerate it a lot more, that's for sure. I mean, we literally sat through FIFA 19, guys. FIFA 19 still is the worst gameplay we've ever had. I'm convinced of that. It would take an absolute catastrophe beyond belief to be worse than FIFA 19 gameplay. The menu grind in that game was so fantastic. So many stayed until like the last couple months of the game in FIFA 19, because you could actually earn so many tradable coins in that game just by putting in time in the menus and opening packs and stuff like that, that it was just so much fun. People literally just tolerated the gameplay because you could turn it into something else too. You could be in the menus for a lot of the time, and people, I think, are apprehensive to that fact a little bit when it's like, well, the game is supposed to be about the gameplay, right? But FIFA and Ultimate Team has this sort of like uniqueness to where you can have it be like two separate games in one. You can have it so that without even playing the game, you can make the game fun, which I think is a really unique ability of Ultimate Team that I think we should embrace and not be like, oh, it just, should be about the gameplay. Gameplay should be extremely important. We know that the gameplay has not been extremely important, or maybe it has been, but they just suck at it, suck at making it. But I think we should embrace the fact that we can kind of have two games in one almost, rather than just shitting on one or the other. People said like right here, this reply, other way around. If the gameplay was good, then you guys wouldn't care about content. I think he means then like we wouldn't care about content, right? If the gameplay was good. I think that both can be true, really, but definitely the menu grind being better, we would tolerate things much more. But when they both suck, it's like, what the fuck is the point in playing this right now? And then the most viral tweet of the day was Rush 2024 to 2024, fly high, haven't played a game in weeks. Could have made it special yet again, another new feature that's been neglected after a month. Donk says going to end up like FUT Draft. I don't think it's going to end up like FUT Draft. I think the problem is that they're neglecting every aspect of this game right now. So of course Rush is going to be as well, because what do you do right now? I mean, like where do you go to enjoy yourself right now? I mean, you basically have to create all of the fun on your own, which in one hand is kind of what you always do in one sense, but I feel like there's sort of a marriage there where EA kind of guides you along the way to like help increase your fun, which they just, I feel like, once again, that could be a biased asshole here, but I feel like they are doing none of that. Plus the fact that the Rush problem is the AFK problem, right? We haven't seen that fixed at all, and that doesn't feel like a top priority to them when this has been a problem for a month at least, and we don't really see much of a change there. But of course, I think coding something like that probably takes time, and we don't get communication like that. We don't get communication saying, hey, we're working on this. It's not like a Treyarch dev who the second an insane gun pops and like we figure out a new meta, they're like, oh yeah, it'll be fixed soon. Simple tweet like that, even if it takes a week or 2 or 3, we know it's being fixed fixed soon. Instead, we're just sitting here like, oh, hopefully they fix this year. They could be working internally right now on a huge fix, and they've been doing it for 2 weeks, or they just are not planning on fixing a damn thing about it and keeping it the same way all year. We have no idea. Oh, and also there's Salma. Salma's been leaked, which she was not in that team. I don't know what exactly is going on here with all these players like randomly popping up that not in like that team screenshot. Maybe that team screenshot was kind of random players. Salma's leaked as well, which makes a lot of sense. She's insanely pacey, very good in this game as well. Yeah, L me for not seeing that earlier, but I don't know. Just you guys know my thoughts by now. It's tough to even pick out the positives and like really highlight them right now. Maybe that's me being biased, like I've said, but hey, look where we can get commons, boys. The breakthrough common gold provisions once again includes 45 common golds. They've upped it, I think. This will be coming back out when I complete the crafting upgrade, which is 600,000 coins for an 80 by 3 pack or whatever the fuck it is. And then more store packs here. There's really nothing interesting at all. It's all store packs. Spend money now. And once again, a super little thing here, right? A little thing to complain about. It means virtually nothing. I mean, it doesn't mean nothing because people might claim this and be like, wait, I thought they weren't supposed to be loans, but once you claim it and they're not loans because it's just a visual glitch, then it's not that big of a deal. But this little shit right here, the fact that this is still, it shows timed loans on the season, and it has for what, over 2 weeks? Has it been 2 weeks yet? I think it's been 2 weeks at least, right? Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks on the last Thursday, right? For 2 weeks, it's shown this when it's been a glitch. I mean, just this little shit like this shows you that, man, either one, they just don't care to change stuff like this, or they don't have enough resources, which could very well be the case. There's like, okay, we'll leave that. We'll worry about other shit, or you don't know how to fix it, which I don't know which one of those three is worse, I guess. Okay, the market now, some cards have risen post Rivals rewards. Some cards have kind of stayed about the same. Van Dijk, Son, the gold cards have stayed about the same. Saliba too. Salah's up because of his inform. A lot of these gold cards, Leao included there, have kind of stayed about the same. You know, Mbappe's dropped because this is about the time of the year we start to see the slow Mbappe drop, 2.9 mil now. But the market's going to be at an interesting spot because usually when content's bad, the market goes up. And if trackstars people think is going to be a really expensive promo team where it's kind of all pacey players, all usable players, plus not great pack weight, you probably will see them all be pretty expensive, which means the market does really, really well this weekend. Or there's the off chance pack weight is drastically improved because they're realizing nobody wants to play this game right now. And then a lot of usable cards come in, hella pack weight, market goes down. Basically, we have to take our pick between the two. What's most likely? Most likely is that the pack weight sucks dick. So that's what I would say is our best bet here, is that the market does really well this weekend. But of course, there is the odd chance that they're like, yep, got to change something up, because Thunderstruck last year was a massive change to pack weight. We had terrible pack weight last year. Thunderstruck drops, and it was like, wait a second, everyone's packing anything. Like best of was in packs, and it was great. So they could just do that this year, randomly change it before Thunderstruck, right? If they're not satisfied with the numbers right now on the game, potentially. But odds are, yeah, the market does really well this weekend. But of course, this might be the last weekend really that we see it up really high. Black Friday is 2 weeks away today. It's usually the Black Friday pre-crash would probably start about a week and a half prior to Black Friday. So if you want to sell your team, it's not a bad time to do that this weekend. Really height of the weekendly demand on Saturday, something like that. If you're paranoid and just want to get out, you could even sell now if you wanted to, but I think I'm fine with waiting until Saturday, like during the day, sometime around then, and then being out. Really, you can be out until Black Friday if you wanted to. I think that's a fine move. Kind of just stick with the lower promo cards, right? Stick with the Jonathan Tye. There's 150, just less, room to lose coins on, stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of what I can say for the market right now. Fodder also all-time low at the moment. All of these look like tremendous buys right now. Literally all of them do. Fup bin ads. I just got AIDS. But 88's being 15k, 89's being less than 20k. That is a price that you will rarely see. 90's being 26k. You are going to rarely ever see that. They are screaming, buy me right now. I'm begging you to buy me. I think it has to rise before Black Friday to me. I think it's a really good investment, honestly. Of course, somehow, some way, if nobody plays this game anymore, then it's not going to do as well because there's not as much demand there. But even then, I think it has to go up. So wait a minute. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. What a... Oh, man. I was going to talk about comments, and I just read a comment from somebody. He deleted the account. I checked, and I was like, no, he didn't. And he did. Oh, God. Okay, well, I'm going to talk about this today, I guess, on my second channel. I was going to read comments as well, but I'm going to read every comment from yesterday's video on my second channel. Because I know this isn't some sort of, like, shocking news that this happened, but these guys cannot be fucking serious. I'm sorry. I mean, is there just no foresight to anything anymore? Do we just not think before we do fucking anything? How did you guys, like, stumble? How did you guys slip into, like, Mario Kart Banana Peel slip into a $5 billion game? I mean, how the fuck did this happen? But okay, anyway, thank you all for for listening to me. We'll talk more about this in the second channel. I love you all. 6 Zone. Peace.